What if you could read someone's mind, not through magic, but through the silent language of their body? Imagine for a moment a world where words are not the primary mode of communication, but a mere supplement to a deeper, more instinctive language that we all speak, consciously or subconsciously. This is the world of body language. In every interaction, from a business meeting to a casual conversation, we're constantly sending and receiving nonverbal signals that speak volumes about our thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Our eyes, hands, posture, even our proximity to others, all tell a story that's more truthful than any words can express. This silent language is not a new fad or a scientific discovery. It's as old as humanity itself. It's a fundamental part of our social fabric, shaping our interactions and relationships in ways we're often not even aware of. So are you ready to dive into this fascinating world? Prepare to unlock the secrets of body language. Posture, the silent announcer of confidence. Just as a peacock fans its feathers, humans use posture to silently communicate their feelings. It's a universal language, far older and more primal than words. Imagine a person standing tall, shoulders back, chest out. This posture screams self-assuredness. It's a beacon of confidence, attracting attention and respect. On the flip side, slumped shoulders and a bowed head send a message of submission or defeat. But it's not just about self-perception. The way one holds themselves can influence how others perceive them. A relaxed, open posture often indicates receptivity and approachability, while a closed, rigid posture can suggest defensiveness or unease. The subtleties of posture can even reveal emotions. Leaning in shows interest, while leaning away indicates discomfort or disinterest. By reading these silent cues, we can better understand the sentiments behind the spoken words. So remember, every stance, every lean, every tilt has a story to tell. Posture speaks before words do. Hands, they do more than just hold things. Indeed, hands are our silent storytellers, broadcasting emotions and intentions without saying a word. They reveal what words often conceal. For instance, clenched fists often indicate stress or frustration, while open palms suggest openness and honesty. Consider the handshakes. A firm grip can exude confidence, while a limp handshake might hint at insecurity. Quick to withdraw? Perhaps they're uncomfortable or they're just not into long handshakes. Then there's the art of gesticulation. Animated hand movements can signal enthusiasm and engagement, while minimal hand movement might suggest disinterest or reservation. Ever notice someone rubbing their hands together? It's likely they're excited or anticipating something positive. But if they're wringing their hands, they could be anxious or worried. Fidgeting, too, tells a tale. It often betrays nervousness or restlessness. The beauty of this silent language is that it's universal, transcending cultural and linguistic barriers. Remember, with hands, every movement is a word. Eyes, the windows to the soul. Have you ever wondered why it's said that the eyes are the most expressive part of the human face? Well, it's because they can reveal a lot about what's going on inside a person's mind. For instance, if someone's eyes dart around while they're speaking, it may indicate discomfort or deceit. On the other hand, when someone maintains steady eye contact, it often signifies confidence and sincerity. But be careful. Too much eye contact can sometimes come across as aggressive or intimidating, and what about those quick, fleeting glances? They're usually a sign of interest or attraction. However, a prolonged stare might just be a reflection of deep thought or concentration. Remember, context is key. It's crucial to consider the overall situation and the individual's typical behavior before jumping to conclusions. In the eyes, truth resides. So keep your own eyes wide open and learn to read the silent language they speak. A smile is a universal welcome. Yet not all smiles are created equal. The psychology behind that grin can reveal more than you might think. Take the genuine smile, for instance, also known as the Duchenne smile, named after Guillaume Duchenne, a French neurologist. This smile engages not just your mouth, but your eyes too, creating that familiar twinkle. It's a clear sign of joy or amusement, a beacon of authenticity. Then we have the polite smile, a half-hearted effort that rarely reaches the eyes. It's the go-to for social situations, a cordial nod of acknowledgement. Lastly, the forced smile, often wider and held for longer than natural. It can be a mask concealing a myriad of emotions from discomfort to disapproval. In the dance of nonverbal communication, the smile is a powerful player. Whether it's genuine, polite, or forced, it's a silent narrative of our inner world. A smile can hide 1,000 words. Legs and feet, often overlooked, yet they say so much. Buried beneath tables or hidden behind the comfort of a couch, these lower extremities can reveal a wealth of information. Consider the stance. A firm, wide stance can suggest a sense of confidence, a readiness to take on whatever comes. Conversely, crossed legs might indicate a defensive or closed-off attitude. But don't jump to conclusions. Context is key. Now onto the feet. They're our physical connection to the ground, and they mirror our mental state. When someone's feet are pointed towards you, it's a sign they're genuinely interested in the interaction. But if they're angled away, well, they might be looking for an escape route. Remember, body language isn't a one-size-fits-all. It's a combination of cues, a symphony of nonverbal communication that needs to be read in harmony. And as for the feet, well, they're more honest than you might think. Feet point where the mind wants to go. Proximity. How close is too close? This question is not as simple as it may seem. It's not just about physical closeness, but the psychological implications that come with it. Personal space, or the lack thereof, can be a powerful tool in understanding body language. When someone is comfortable in your presence, they'll often allow you to enter their personal space. This could be a sign of trust, comfort, or even attraction. On the other hand, if someone consistently maintains a large distance, it could indicate discomfort or lack of interest. Consider cultural differences too. In some cultures, close proximity is normal, while in others, it's considered invasive. It's essential to be aware of these nuances, not to misinterpret signals. Remember, personal space is just that, personal. It varies from person to person, situation to situation. The key is to observe and adapt. So next time, pay attention to the space between. After all, space can speak volumes. A voice can paint a picture. Indeed, the way someone speaks can reveal a labyrinth of information about them. It's not just about the words said, but how they're spoken. Consider pitch. A high pitch often indicates excitement or anxiety, while a lower pitch can suggest calmness or seriousness. Then there's speed. Rapid speech can signify nervousness or enthusiasm, whereas a slower pace might reveal a relaxed or thoughtful state. And let's not forget tone. The tone of voice is the emotional context that coats each word. It's the difference between a sarcastic "nice job" and a sincere one. It's the warmth in a friend's greeting or the frost in an enemy's. So next time when you're in a conversation, pay attention to the voice, listen to the pitch, the speed, the tone. They're all speaking volumes about the person behind the words. Listen to the voice, not just the words. A nod is worth 1,000 words. A simple movement of the head, a nod, is a universal gesture of affirmation and understanding. We nod to show that we're listening, engaged, and receptive. It's a nonverbal way to say, yes, I get it. When we see a nod, it reinforces our belief that we're being heard and understood. It's a powerful tool in communication, whether it's a one-on-one conversation or a presentation to a large audience. Nods also create a sense of camaraderie. When we nod in response to someone, it's an acknowledgement of a shared understanding or agreement. It's a silent way of saying we're on the same page. But nods aren't always about agreement. They can also be a polite way to acknowledge someone's point of view, even if we disagree. It's a subtle dance of diplomacy. So remember, the next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to the nods. Because when it comes to body language, nods speak louder than words. Touch, a language of its own. In the realm of nonverbal communication, touch holds a unique place. It can convey a range of emotions and intentions, from comfort and empathy to dominance and aggression. A warm, reassuring pat on the back can instill confidence, while a firm handshake can establish mutual respect and understanding. The power of touch goes beyond the physical, reaching deep into our psyche. It's through touch that we first explore the world as infants, and this primary sense continues to inform our perceptions and reactions throughout life. Touch is a universal language, transcending cultural and linguistic boundaries. It's a potent tool in our communication arsenal, capable of expressing what words sometimes fail to capture. But the power of touch carries a responsibility. It requires a keen understanding of personal boundaries and cultural norms, respecting the comfort and consent of others. Remember, touch is most effective when it's considerate and appropriate to the situation. A touch can say what words cannot. Mirroring, the silent flattery. It's an art form, a dance of sorts, conducted in the realm of nonverbal communication. This fascinating technique involves mimicking another person's physical gestures, expressions, or even speech patterns. It's not about imitation for mockery's sake, but rather a subconscious method we use to establish rapport, to show empathy, to connect. Picture this. You're engaged in a lively conversation. Unconsciously, you find yourself mirroring the other person's actions, a tilt of the head, a hand gesture, maybe even their laughter. This is mirroring at work, a natural response that signals agreement and understanding. But beware, the art of mirroring can also be a double-edged sword. Used insincerely, it can be perceived as manipulative, creating a sense of unease. So remember, mirroring is a tool to enhance communication, to show you're in sync with the other person. Use it wisely. Mirror to connect, not to deceive. Body angles, the silent pointers, they are like wordless cues, subtly revealing a person's thoughts and feelings. Picture this. You're in a casual conversation and you notice the other person leaning slightly towards you. That's a positive sign indicating interest and engagement. But what if they're leaning away even slightly? It could suggest discomfort or disinterest. Now imagine someone standing with their body angled towards the exit. It's a clear signal that they're ready to leave. Body angles are not just about leaning or standing. They also involve the direction a person's torso or feet are facing. For instance, a person engaged in a conversation will often align their body towards the other person, showing their full attention. So next time, pay attention to these silent pointers. They can reveal more than words often do because, like it or not, angles speak the unspoken. Accessories, the silent display. They act as a visual shorthand, providing clues about our status, mindset, and even personal history. A high-end wristwatch, for example, can signal financial prosperity or a taste for luxury. A simple leather band, on the other hand, may suggest a preference for minimalism or a down-to-earth personality. But it's not just about the material or brand. The way we wear our accessories also speaks volumes. A scarf casually thrown over the shoulder can exude a relaxed, carefree attitude. Conversely, a perfectly tied necktie might indicate meticulousness or a penchant for order. Let's not forget about color. A vibrant, bold accessory can denote a lively, outgoing personality, while more subdued tones might hint at a more reserved demeanor. As we navigate through social landscapes, remember, our choice of accessories is more than just a fashion statement. It's a subtle language, giving those around us a glimpse into who we are. Accessories are extensions of our personalities. Breathing, the rhythm of the mind. It's an automatic process we rarely think about, but did you know it can reveal a lot about our emotional state? Consider this. When someone's calm, their breathing is slow and steady. It's the body's way of saying all is well. But when anxiety or stress kicks in, the breathing pattern changes. It becomes rapid, shallow, almost like a panting dog on a hot summer day. It's the body sounding an alarm, signaling that something's not right. Now let's look at excitement. You've probably noticed how your breath quickens when you're thrilled or anticipating something. That's your body's way of fueling up for action. On the flip side, when someone's sad or depressed, their breath may become slow but heavier, almost as if each breath is a weighty effort. So pay attention to the breath. It's not just about staying alive, it's a subtle yet powerful language of the emotions. Breath is the melody of emotions. Hair, the silent crown. A person's hairstyle can be a revealing glimpse into their personality. A neat, well-maintained style may suggest a meticulous, organized individual. On the flip side, a messy, tousled look might indicate a carefree and spontaneous spirit. But hair isn't just about style, it's also about play. The act of running fingers through hair can be a sign of nervousness or stress, a subconscious attempt to soothe oneself. Conversely, twirling a lock of hair around a finger can be a flirtatious gesture, a playful sign of interest or attraction. Don't forget about those who choose to go bald or have short hair. This could signal a desire for simplicity, efficiency, or it could be a bold statement of self-confidence. Remember, these clues are not definitive proof of someone's character, but an invitation to understand them better. So next time you meet someone, pay a little attention to their silent crown. Hair speaks volumes about who we are. Arms crossed, a universal sign. It's a posture we've all adopted at one point or another, but what does it really mean? The arm cross gesture is often perceived as a defensive shield, a barricade we build when we feel threatened or uncomfortable. But here's a twist, it's not always about defensiveness. Sometimes it's about comfort. Let's dive deeper. When we're in a new or unfamiliar environment, we might cross our arms as a self-soothing action. It's a bit like giving ourselves a hug. It's a way to regain a sense of control, to reassure ourselves that everything's okay. On the flip side, if we're in the middle of a heated debate, crossing our arms might be our subconscious way of saying, I'm not open to what you're saying, it becomes a physical barrier reflecting our mental state. So the next time you notice someone with their arms crossed, don't jump to conclusions. It could mean a myriad of things. Crossed arms, a shield, or a comfort zone, it's all about the context. Thumbs, the silent communicators. Often overlooked, these small appendages carry a big message in the world of body language. When we talk about thumbs, it's all about display. Tucked away or prominently displayed, each tells a story of its own. If you've ever noticed someone with their thumbs tucked into their pockets while the rest of their fingers are out, this could indicate discomfort or uncertainty. It's a way of partially hiding, a subconscious attempt to retreat. Conversely, when thumbs are out, especially when hooked onto a belt or a pocket, it's a display of confidence and authority. This is the body's way of saying, I'm in control here. Even in a handshake, a person who wraps their thumb around yours is trying to assert dominance, while a thumb hidden beneath yours might suggest submissiveness or insecurity. So, next time you're trying to read someone, remember to look at their thumbs. Thumbs up for confidence. Silence, the loudest of all. An often overlooked aspect of communication, silence carries a certain power that words sometimes fail to convey. It's a tool that can be wielded in numerous ways, each with its own unique impact. Take, for instance, the strategic pause. When used effectively in conversation, it can create anticipation, emphasize a point, and even provoke thought. Silence can be a strong statement signifying disagreement or disappointment without uttering a single word. Then there's the silence of active listening, where one's quietness signifies attentiveness and respect towards the speaker. This type of silence can speak volumes about one's empathy and understanding, but remember, silence can also be a double-edged sword. An excessive or inappropriate silence may convey disinterest, confusion, or worse, disrespect. In the world of nonverbal communication, silence is indeed a powerful tool. It's a language in its own right, one that requires skill and subtlety to master. Silence speaks when words can't. Close the silent display. Whether we realize it or not, the way we dress communicates volumes. It's a fascinating language, one that reveals our personality, our mood, and even our aspirations. Consider the power of a well-tailored suit, the confidence it exudes. It's a statement of ambition, of professionalism. Now imagine a pair of worn-in jeans and a vintage band t-shirt. It speaks of comfort, of a laid-back attitude, maybe even a love for rock music. Clothing choices can be influenced by our emotional state too. Feeling blue might lead to donning darker hues, while joy could result in a vibrant color palette. And let's not forget about cultural and societal influences which also shape the way we dress. But remember, the language of dressing isn't about impressing others. It's a form of self-expression, an external representation of who you are on the inside. So, dress to express, not to impress. Colors, the silent mood setters, they're not just part of our everyday visual experience, but also a powerful psychological tool. Colors have the ability to evoke emotions and influence our perceptions. Consider this: why are warning signs typically red? It's because red has a universal association with the need for caution and immediate attention. Similarly, blue is often used in corporate branding due to its connotations of reliability and trustworthiness. It's fascinating how our brains are wired to respond to color. The color green can induce feelings of calm and relaxation. It's no coincidence that nature abounds with this hue. On the other hand, yellow, the color of the sun, can stimulate feelings of happiness and optimism. In essence, colors have a subconscious effect on our minds, shaping our thoughts and emotions without us even realizing it. They play a silent yet significant role in our interactions and responses. Colors speak if only we listen. Listening, a lost art. Yet it's an essential part of deciphering the hidden language of body cues. It's not just about hearing the spoken words, but actively engaging with the unspoken dialogue. The silent gestures, the quiet movements, the pauses, the shifts in posture or facial expression, all are part of the conversation. They're whispering tales of emotions, thoughts, and intentions. Active listening is all about tuning into these visual whispers. It's about observing the rhythm of a conversation, not just the melody of the words. It's about catching the nuanced dance of body language, the subtle shifts that can speak volumes about what's really going on beneath the surface. When you listen with your eyes, you're not just hearing the words that are being said, you're understanding the story that's being told through body language. So remember, listen with your eyes, and you will hear more than words. Body language, a language without words. We've journeyed together through the hidden dialect of the human form, from the power of posture to the subtleties of a smile. The hands, eyes, legs, and even the feet each have their own stories to tell. We've discovered how proximity, voice, and even the simple nod can reveal so much. We've seen how the art of mirroring can create connection, how body angles can hold secrets, and how accessories, hair, and attire can speak volumes about a person. The arm cross, the hidden language of thumbs, the power of silence, and the influence of color all play pivotal roles in this silent communication. And let us not forget the art of listening, a crucial part of understanding this wordless language. It's been a fascinating journey, and remember, the importance of understanding body language cannot be overstated. Learn to read the silent language, and you will hear what isn't being said.